Welcome to Popcorn to Go, a podcast by the Popcorn in Bed sisters. I'm Cassie.
And I'm Carly, and we are here as your below average movie experts to talk about some things movies, pop culture, all things life, daily thoughts, and more.
So grab your popcorn and come hang out with us. Hey guys.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining our podcast again, or if this is your first episode, thanks for being here.
Yeah, we have been so grateful for all the support on YouTube and Spotify and wherever you listen, for the comments, reviews, and we're having so much fun. So thank you so much. And this episode we're excited about. We're heading into the holiday season, the Burr months.
Yes, the Burr months. Yes, we have American Thanksgiving coming up, and then obviously Christmas or whatever you celebrate. It is funny because I feel like if for our Canadian listeners, and Cassie and I are Canadian as well, Canadian Thanksgiving was in October. So our hearts holiday season has started a while ago.
Yeah.
But since we're living in the States, it starts to celebrate now. So
I actually kind of prefer the timing of the later Thanksgiving just because it all feels so festive, like the November Thanksgiving and right into Christmas. But I love the comments of people. They're like, "You have Thanksgiving in Canada? Did you have pilgrims?
What are you grateful for?"
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I get that.
It's like a thankfulness for the harvest, right? It's like the close of the harvest season.
I think there is kind of a bigger, deeper story, but I feel like now it is, yes, thankful for the harvest. And I actually like timing on Canadian Thanksgiving because I like that it's separate from Christmas. Like, I feel like so many people have their Christmas decorations up already, which is great for whoever wants to do that. But then you're doing Thanksgiving dinner with your Christmas decorations. So I'm like, it's just another Christmas dinner,
That's true.
But I do like that it's like, okay, if Thanksgiving ends, now it's full on Christmas, but I don't know. I like the separation.
To be fair, I don't know. I feel like some people say Thanksgiving is their very favorite holiday. And I think in Canada, it wasn't as big of a deal. I don't know. It still was like special and thankful and families gathered, but I don't know. I feel like people go all out here. I don't know.
I feel like with families, it's the two big holidays are Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so it's like even, when you're married, you get Thanksgiving with one family and Christmas with the other. Yeah. And in Canada, I don't know if it was that as much, but maybe we just didn't recognize it either because we had both of our families right there. And I feel like we would just separate, like Sunday would be, Thanksgiving with one side of the family. Monday would be Thanksgiving with the other side of the family. And then you'd flip flop the next year. And so
two feasts. Ayo.
Yeah. Yes, because it is on a Monday in Canada. So that's a fun fact.
It's like Sunday and Monday, right?
I mean, I think the Monday is the Thanksgiving Monday, but like at least we always grew up kind of celebrating that Sunday and Monday.
Yeah, I feel like we got more school off than they do here. They don't, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. We thought it'd be fun to start off. So let's back up. Okay. So our theme of our episode is going to be holiday party fouls or holiday faux pas, if you're not a millennial and know what that means. And then we thought we'd just talk about some holiday traditions that we grew up with and some of our favorites. And then we actually have on our Patreon, we are wanting to hear from our subscribers and about their holiday traditions and about any hilarious holiday stories they have to share with us or holiday faux pas they believe in deeply.
Yes, and that will be an exclusive Patreon episode, and I'm excited about that one. Excited to hear from stories. So the survey is out right now.
I actually love hearing other people's traditions. I don't know why. Like, I was getting my nails done. I asked our nail girl, we have the same girl, and was just asking her what their family does for Thanksgiving. They eat pie first. They come, they have like 15 pies. Everyone eats pie at like 2. Because normally everyone's too full for pie at Thanksgiving. Then they go and have their turkey bowl. They go to a movie, and then they come back at like 7 and 8 and then have their huge turkey dinner. And I was like, I kind of like that because then you actually get to enjoy the pie. It almost feels like pie for breakfast.
Yeah, I'm not mad about dessert first ever. So
yeah. Okay, so Carly, I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but I wanted to do like a rapid fire holiday this or that. Okay. So you can't think about it. It's just going to be popcorn popping.
I feel stressed already. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go. Real Christmas tree or fake Christmas tree?
Real. 100%.
Eggnog, yay or nay?
Yay. In small dosages.
Turkey or ham on Thanksgiving?
Turkey. Both.
White elephant parties with joke gifts, yay or nay?
Yay.
Colored lights or white lights?
White. Warm white.
The Grinch or Elf?
The Grinch.
Really?
I think so.
Okay, dress up fancy for Christmas dinner or comfy all day?
Comfy all day.
Pumpkin pie or apple pie?
Pumpkin. Also in small dosages, though.
Unwrapped Santa gifts or wrapped Santa gifts?
Wrapped.
Do you know that it's a big controversy? Not controversy, but like people are very staunch about like, no, Santa's gift was always unwrapped. And
I had no idea.
Anyways, yeah. I'm with you on all of those, I think, except I have moved to the dark side of the fake Christmas tree. And I'm actually like the president of the dark side. I am like Darth Vader on the fake Christmas tree because you know what? Why do people have real Christmas trees? It's for the smell, right? Pretty much. That's why we do it. So you light your Fraser fir candle. You have your fake tree. You don't have to put up.
The Fraser fir candle is not a Christmas tree smell. It's a Christmas smell, but it is not Christmas tree.
It smells exactly like an evergreen Christmas tree in the woods.
It does not.
Okay, so you light your candle. You don't have to vacuum up pine needles. You don't have to water anything. You don't have to haul out a dead carcass of a Christmas tree. And you have the fullness you want every year. I don't know, guys. We grew up with never. Our dad would never. He's probably yelling anarchy right now if he's listening.
Yeah, I want to do the same thing.
But I've moved
dead
over.
Carcass, Cassie. That is so much of an exaggeration. Okay. And it's so, I feel like you can't get the fullness of a good, real Christmas tree in a fake one. And it's not as bright.
They make them good now. They make them good.
It's not as bright and you can tell that it's fake. Like it looks different. Because
Agree to
it
disagree.
isn't real. Okay? How dare you?
Tell us what team you guys are on because I'm just telling you, once you go fake. Okay. Anyways. So yeah,
that is ahead on that one.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to start with your first party foul?
No, you're starting.
Okay. I'll start.
Okay, good.
Yes. Okay. So I am all for you do you, right? Like that's, if you want to decorate for Christmas on November 1st, the day after Halloween, you do you. So that's fine. If you want to wait till after Thanksgiving, you can do that too. I don't think there needs to be contention between those two groups. But
fair.
The part that does bother me is the influencers and bloggers literally decorating in July so they can start pimping stuff to us. I just feel like it has gotten out of hand. Like, Carly, you don't follow a ton of influencers and stuff, but I like love house stuff. So I'm always following these house and like, I'm not kidding. Their Christmas trees were up in August. Buy this Christmas tree at Home Depot. It's going to sell out. Buy this garland. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so behind. And it was only Halloween. Like, so, and then
hate that.
Right?
Okay, continue, and then I'll continue on my thoughts.
Then they're putting out gift guides literally every day. Gift guide for your 7-year-old girl. Gift guide for your 7-year-old girl who is a little shy. Gift guide for, like, we don't need that many gift guides. It's just overwhelming. There's so much coming at us now that everything is online. Like before, we would just see toy commercials and get our JCPenney or Sears catalog and circle, and that's all we knew. But now we literally know thousands and thousands of options that the consumerism is just overwhelming. And especially with everyone starting their Black Friday sales like today, yesterday, 2 weeks ago, I'm like, what? Anyways, wow, that was like kind of a rant. I'm sorry. But I mean, I love a good, well-curated gift guide, but how about just one, not one every single day? Okay.
Okay, that is craziness. Yes, I don't follow any of those types of people, so I didn't know that was happening, and I don't love that.
Oh yeah.
I feel like, and which is 100% allowed on this episode, but yeah, that's just like a big pet peeve. Yeah, it's like a holiday don't. But that's also probably, you could put that on your hot takes episode too, right? Of just like in general, too much consumerism, all the things. So that's very fair. And yeah, it does get overwhelming. And then you get the whole like keeping up with the Joneses, and it's just too much. Yeah. Okay. We just want everyone to enjoy the holidays, be with each other, all the things.
Yeah. And the reason for the season, right? I feel like we just sometimes get a little, and it's just starting earlier and earlier. But anyways, I mean, okay, that's my first one. That's one of them.
Okay. That's a good one. One of my, I guess, yeah, I thought about this a little bit differently, but I'm excited to still see our crossover. Mine is, and I say this because I have not always done a great job of this in the past. And when I think about these moments, I still cringe. So it's like my holiday don't, but turn it into a do. So just when you're opening a gift, fake it till you make it. I don't care how old you are, or teach your children to do this from 4 years old to 95 years old, fake it till you make it. And again, I say that because I have moments where I feel like I didn't do that entirely. And I think about those moments and still cringe inside. And so that is why I'm sharing it here with all of you.
You're not very good at faking your face.
Here's the thing. I feel like in every other situation I am, but for some reason, like, yeah, with the family, I can't do it as well.
That's a good one. I actually kind of have one, well, kind of related, and our mom does this and I now do it too. And I have to catch myself, but like, it's immediately underselling your gift. So like someone will open something you got them and you're like, you probably hate it. Here's the receipt, and like literally putting it in their face, like, take it back. I don't care. Like, and immediately underselling your gift is like so something our mom did. Even like when we were selling our house, I remember like she was walking people through the house. She's like, I know this is ugly, but you could probably fix it really easily. Or you know what? I'll just fix it before we go. Like it's like the people pleaser in us. I don't know.
Both do that, and it is hilarious. And maybe I do, I'm not aware of it, but yeah, 100%. That is so funny.
So that's another thing. Don't undersell your gift. Just like be proud. Sure, if you want to slip a gift receipt in there later, like, hey, if you didn't like that color, you can do this. But
yeah, it can be a post-Christmas conversation, but it doesn't have to be right in the moment.
The second they unwrap. Or you already have that one? I don't know, probably. Okay.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, wait, so is that your next one?
Yeah, that was my next one, I guess.
Okay. Well, this is a question for you, Cassie, on my next one. So what do you think about fighting in front of guests? And guests could be extended family, guests could be friends. But when I think of Thanksgiving and Christmas and people coming together, I'm so curious because sometimes I see in these movies people fighting and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so awkward. And our family's kind of split, right? Our mom's side is pretty even keel and I don't feel like there's any fighting, but mostly because everyone would avoid conflict anyways. And at
all costs.
On our dad's side, it's not like fighting as much, but everyone debates everything. Like it's just the activity. When growing up, the kids would go watch a show in the family room and the adults would go into the living room and they would just
start arguing,
debate things. Yeah. Anyway, so maybe like that doesn't necessarily count as fighting, but I was talking to a coworker and she was like, oh yeah, it's just so awkward because every time I'm at my in-laws, they're always fighting. Like there's always a fight. And what do you think? Is that okay on the holidays? Is it like, well, that's our family style and we like to speak candidly, so it's okay? Or is it if you have guests, tie in a bow and save it for later? What do you think?
I mean, I think that especially like during the dinner table, politics, religion, things like that, should just not be a part of the conversation. There's so many other things to talk about, just nothing inflammatory.
Yeah. If it's really not going to be positive for everyone, maybe don't say it.
yeah, let's just talk about things we're grateful for or how moist the turkey is. I don't know. Sorry for saying that word. I know everyone
and
hates
if it's not, if the
internet.
turkey's not moist, then fake it till you make it.
Exactly. I don't know. Like I said, I like you said, I kind of think our one side of the family, I don't think there's no like malice in it. They just do it literally for fun. I don't know. I do think it's awkward if you're not like a family, if there was friends over and stuff and you're just going at it. But I don't know. That's tough. I think you should try to have no contention, but a healthy debate would be okay.
Yeah, I'm curious. Let us know what you guys think on that one as well. I'm curious.
Yeah, what style your family is. Okay, this is, my next one is, I'm going to throw my father-in-law under the bus, but he knew he was doing this and he kept looking at me with joy in his eyes because he knew what he was doing. So my little girl was telling him what she wanted for Christmas. And she said, okay, so we can't have pets. My husband's highly allergic to everything. So she said, I want a dog. We saw these little dogs at the mall and they were like so cute. They're like little puppies in a little bed and they were laying down and looked really real. And they even breathed. Like you could see anyways, and so this is like her number one. She's like, so she told him, I want a dog that looks really real. And he's like, oh, let's look it up. And so he goes on his phone and types in dog that looks really real. Somehow they got into literally a taxidermy stuffed coyote. And she now has her heart set on this big dog. She's like, they were looking up leashes and collars. She was planning on just walking this taxidermy coyote around the neighborhood and showing her friends because it looks so real, and thinking of names. And I'm like, I don't think Santa's because Dad would be allergic to the real fur because it's a real dead animal. She's like, nope, no, Grandpa told me it's a toy. And he's just dying. He's like, well, if you really want something from Santa, all you got to do is wish really hard. And I am like throwing daggers at him with my eyes. But like literally she wanted me to write her wish list to Santa last night. And she's like, stuffed coyote. And I'm like, oh my gosh. She's going to go to Santa, sit on his lap and ask for a stuffed coyote. And it's all my father-in-law's fault. So my faux pas is do not encourage something that they're never going to get.
So
I'm ranting a lot this episode. Oh my gosh.
It's funny because I can picture that situation unfolding in your house. Like I can picture your father-in-law saying that and your little girl just hopping on board, and
yes,
she does not forget things like that either.
Yeah. So wish me luck, guys. Not to mention it was like $600. So
yeah, she does not need that, or does she really want it once she understands more? But
so ugly too. It's got these dead eyes.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Anyways, we'll see how
that's
everything
a good
unfolds.
one. Yeah, don't encourage things the parents can't get.
Oh, can I do another one really quick to stack on top of that one?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, because it goes right with it. And I'm passionate about this one. Santa can't bring the Xbox, okay? Or the big gift. Because then the kids go to school. And what did Santa bring you? Oh, he brought me a PlayStation 5. What did he bring you? Oh, coloring book. Why would Santa give them a PlayStation 5 and me a coloring book? Santa cannot bring the big gift. Like if you want to spoil your kids, that's great, but you have to think about and I didn't really understand this until I was a mom, but like doesn't that make total sense that Santa can't play favorites? And so you take the credit. You get them the PS5 or whatever, but have Santa just get them something tasteful and maybe something they do really want, but that isn't the big gift, because there are going to be other kids who don't get that.
Yes, I am so passionate about this one from my teaching days, honestly.
Yeah.
Like you just have so many different kids in a classroom that come from different financial backgrounds, or also just different families that do gifts differently. And,
totally.
Make Santa the small and practical gift and then do whatever else you want. But I am, very, very passionate about that because it just raises questions.
It breaks your heart to think about a 8-year-old being like, why would Santa bring, I guess I wasn't as good. Like, oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah. I totally on board with that one. And this is not well, maybe it's one of my holiday do's, but it's something I read recently on Instagram or something, but I really loved it. So I just want to share it so everyone knows. And I already told Cassie about it, but I saw this thing where it talked about how a lot of people after Christmas will do a big DI haul or like take things take all their toys to a thrift store. But this announcement, this PSA is try to do it before, because there's a lot of families who are struggling financially or just want to be smart financially and are going to these secondhand stores trying to find toys for their kids before Christmas, but there's really slim pickings. And then unfortunately there's so much to decide from, or there would be so much to pick from after Christmas. So do your sorting through toys, or even if you're adult, right? And you're going through things before Christmas, like do it before. And so that you do give a better chance of people who are at the secondhand stores. They have a better chance of finding something great that they can gift to someone else.
Yeah. I love that.
So that's just a PSA.
Do you have any more party fouls?
Yes. And this one is kind of like your first one, or it's more of like, hey, here's my, not a hot take, but here's my yes. Oh, wow, I cannot speak. Okay. Yes, this is for the holidays, but it's also for any dinner or event or outing, I feel like. So I'm just very passionate about the fact that if you didn't help, you don't get to critique. And I almost feel weird saying that, because a part of me thinks that we should all know that, but I don't think everyone knows that. And so I just want to say it. Like, even if you did help, still don't critique. I think, like, fake it till you make it. And maybe your family or your friends talk more candidly, and so that fits. But I think in general, especially if you did nothing to help, don't critique the meal or the desserts or the amounts or anything like that, because that is just the biggest pet peeve of mine, where like someone has been slaving all day and then the first thing they hear is a critique, and I want to pull my hair out. I don't usually do that to my sweet potatoes. Mm-hmm. Cool. Yes, they could be just the smallest things, but it's just like sometimes it's just not needed. Like if it's not positive, don't say it. Okay? Yeah. Rule of thumb. If it's not positive, don't say it. Because sometimes it's just like, oh, this is so interesting, but it's just like, yeah, we don't need it.
Everything is delicious, guys. Okay, this kind of goes also with my first one, but nope to Black Friday starting on actual Thanksgiving Day. Guys, think about a retail worker who works at like Abercrombie and has to leave their family dinner at 4 p.m. to go to work because it opens at 6 p.m. to the droves. And like, I love Black Friday shopping. I love my mom and I take an energy drink at 6 a.m. Black Friday morning, like go get our deals.
Notice how she said
no on Thursday.
Her mom and I, not Carly, because that is not my thing.
Carly does not join us for that. But
no, I'm not a shopper.
There's zero reason that Walmart workers or any retail workers or anybody needs to be there at 4 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day. Mm-hmm. Like there is no reason. Let's stop the madness.
I agree with that 1,000%. And this is to all the CEOs out there and business owners, okay?
Because we know you're listening to Popcorn to Go. Hello.
Yes, this is our PSA for you. I would probably take it one step further, and I don't love Black Friday.
I know you don't.
Like,
maybe we could do Black Saturday.
Yeah. Because my thing is, I'm like, everyone's together. What if you just had another day to just enjoy family time? And maybe people are going and doing their outings, and that is their family time, so that's great. But I don't know, even at the 6 a.m., I'm like, or what if it was just, I don't know. It just feels like so intense to me. And and again, I am biased because I don't like shopping on a good day. And then you put into account everything that is Black Friday and all the people, and it's so crowded and all the things. And I'm like, no, thank you.
Well, and I think with everything moving online, it is a little less crazy, but then you drive past Walmart on a Thanksgiving night and people are lining up. It's crazy out there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we watched. Did you watch Jingle All the Way with me? The Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he's trying to get the toy. Oh, That's sorry. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. Do you have any more?
This is, I should have tacked this one on to my last one, but I like the rule that if you didn't cook, you clean. And so
I like that rule
I feel like, honestly though, sometimes I go to places or we have like certain families who host, and then if like they don't let the guests clean. And so I totally get that. But it's funny now that I host more, I used to kind of be like that, like, no. And now I'm like, wait, no, that's crazy. Yeah. Like let's everyone help clean up, and it's just so much easier. So a rule of thumb in general, I like that. If you don't cook, you clean.
Yeah. I like that too, very much. But it is hard for when I host. I'm like, no, I don't want to do dishes right after. I want everyone to go to the couch and hang out and talk. And but
how quick would it be if we all just did dishes for 15 minutes?
But maybe let's just do that like 2 hours after dinner. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I just like to relax and not go immediately from cooking to dinner to cleaning.
I get that.
Hey, here's a question. Would another this or that, like a Thanksgiving or Christmas movie or Thanksgiving and Christmas games? What do you prefer? Depends on the crowd.
Depends on the crowd. I mean, I'm a games person, so probably games. If it's like but still depends on the crowd, because sometimes if you're full and everything, curling up on the couch to watch a movie sounds really nice too.
Yeah, true.
But I'd probably pick games.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay. I think games too. As long as you're with people who also like games.
Yes.
That is not fun if they do not.
So true.
Okay, I've got one more, and this is actually, Carly, you can probably add to this but this is for my teacher friends, and like, don't give teachers mugs, body wash, candles. They just want gift cards and money, and that's what they deserve. And if you are going to give them a mug, put a Target gift card in. And if you can't afford a Target gift card, I would argue that a handwritten note saying that they're doing a great job and how they've helped your child is better than a body wash.
Louder for the people in the back. Yes, from my teacher days, I cannot stress this enough. Like so it's fun. I got a Lululemon gift card once, which was really fun because then I was like, oh my gosh, I can treat myself to something. But I also got a lot of Amazon and Target gift cards, and those were really great because honestly, teachers end up buying stuff for the classroom with their own money anyways. Yeah. And so the gift cards are just so nice that they don't have to do it with their own money. So some of the other things, like I hope the teachers are out there and treating themselves with those gift cards, but those are nice things too, because then you're also just helping out the classroom and all the things. And gift cards and money. Show me the money.
I just love teachers so much. Good teachers are literally what make the world go around. And I still find it baffling that they're not paid higher than, what that they deserve so much more. It's weird because they're literally molding the minds of our future generations, and we act like, I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, get the teachers some gift cards.
Yes. And I second that handwritten note too. Like if you're not in a financial spot for that, do not stress yourself out to do it. Like the teacher doesn't need that either. But a nice handwritten note from you and your child would go a long way.
Or do both, if you can. Okay. Those are a few of our holiday nopes. And
let us know if you agree with us, what your hot takes on the holidays are. We're excited to hear. And now we're going to share a few traditions real quick.
Yes. And
so just some of our fun traditions that we grew up with.
Yeah. And like I said, I love hearing other people's traditions. So we thought it might just be fun to share a few of ours. The one I have, Carly, is our one present on Christmas Eve. And we grew up that both our grandparents lived in the same city as us, and a lot of our aunts and uncles and cousins. So, and I'm finding that this isn't the norm, I don't think. But we would sleep over with all of our cousins. There would be like 20 of us on the floor in the basement on Christmas Eve. And it was pure chaos Christmas morning, but it was so fun and magical.
So
I have the
fun.
best memories of that. But we'd all open one present on Christmas Eve, and it was always Christmas pajamas. And it would, I mean, they didn't have to be Christmas pajamas, but a pair of new pajamas. And everyone would go get in their cozy jammies, do a little fashion show. There was always tears of someone who didn't like their jammies or something like that. But I've continued to do that with my kids. And I know a lot of people do Christmas Eve one present. Sometimes it's a game. I've heard that they open a new game and all play it on Christmas Eve, which I like that idea.
That's fun
But
too.
yeah, Christmas Eve pajamas are always a highlight.
Yes, I love that. I love the same tradition. And it's just funny because you talked about us having like the sleepover with all of our cousins. And so that was one of mine too. I feel like every year we'd alternate between like we'd stay over at our grandma's on our mom's side and then do Christmas morning there. And then the rest of Christmas Day, we'd go to our dad's side. And then the next year we'd flip flop it. But I still remember one time Ben was like, so when do we start to do Christmas with just our family? And you're like,
This is my husband.
Never. And it's so funny because I've like had those conversations too when dating someone, and it's just like, yeah, it's like, well, once you're your own family, you get married, then you're your own entity. And so you do Christmas morning. And I was like, that is not how it will be when you come to my side, because yeah, especially now that we'd have to travel home too. It changes things a little bit as well. But
I mean, as we did get older, like teenagers, it worked out that people, like, I think eventually we did our own Christmas, but now we do it with each other and like our kids. And so your nieces and nephews with my brother and everyone. And
it's so fun.
Yeah, it is so fun. But people have strong opinions on whether like, you do it with extended family or.
Yes. And to each their own.
Yes,
this is just
absolutely.
What
we don't want to yuck anyone's
know.
yums. Yeah. But also about pajamas, and maybe this is one of my holiday nopes. I'm not into the matching family pajamas.
Same.
Mostly because I did it one year and my husband hated it. He's like, I don't want to wear Santa's little helper, same as my 3-year-old. And they never fit quite right. And then they go to the bottom of the drawer and then they go, and it's a waste. But some people love it. So like we said, you do you. That's
so
just
funny.
my personal.
Yes, very fair. Okay, I have one that I love, and it was just a family tradition, but it was like the rule that we did stockings first, right? So we wake up Christmas morning, everyone has to wake up. I was always up at the crack of dawn waiting for my older siblings to wake up.
Or up all night long.
Yes, I remember that too. I think I couldn't sleep through the night on Christmas Eve until I was like 14. So there's that. But yeah, so everyone wakes up, then you finally go up, and then we do stockings in a separate room. So because you can't see the gifts, like stockings are first, and we would hide our eyes, or my dad would put up a blanket so as we were going into the other room, you couldn't see the gifts under the tree until after stockings were done. And I love that.
I love that too. And I loved stockings. Like our mom, she's very good at gift giving, and
Our Mrs.
stockings
Claus.
were always, yes. And I've continued to do that with my kids too. But then I have some friends who literally like, they would wake up and do their stockings by themselves in their rooms. And I was like, that's blasphemy. Anyways, but like we said, we love hearing about how other people do things, but that was ours, like, because the big reveal of the tree and all the presents, like there wasn't one present under the tree until leading up to Christmas, some people put presents under the tree.
Maybe do our sibling gifts or something under the tree, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like a big surprise reveal, which was always so fun and magical. Okay, I have one. I loved, and this is a movie podcast-ish, I loved going to a movie on Thanksgiving or Christmas Day. We did that for quite a few years. That was my first, I think I told people on YouTube that I went to Lord of the Rings. And I literally was so scared that I just covered my ears and sang, "We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas," the whole time until my dad eventually just took me home. Sorry, Dad. But like this year
Dad's
on
there
Thanksgiving,
seeing like the most epic movie in the theaters. And he just sad. Good dad. Good
it's
dad.
not even like I was a small child. I was like,
well, I was gonna say
12.
I never. Yeah, this isn't a tradition for me because I've never been to a movie on Christmas Day because
Yes,
I was
you
always too
have.
young. No, you guys, it was always the Lord of the Rings releases, and I was too young.
Really? But we did other movies after that. Like we've done it before, since.
Yeah, I was too young. I never went.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, this year we're taking the kids to Moana 2 on Thanksgiving morning. And I'm so
Fun.
excited. We're going with all the cousins. And yeah, I just think especially like a new theater movie that just came out is really fun to break up the cooking and all that. So
Yeah. And not only do I love a matinee, but a morning movie on a holiday, even better.
Ooh,
Even
right?
better.
Do a little turkey bowl, go to the movie. Yeah, it'll be fun. And then we also did curling or ice skating on Boxing Day.
Gosh. Yes.
I
And for
told-
those of you who don't know, Boxing Day is the day after Christmas.
I told a friend, I was like, yeah, we go curling or ice skating on Boxing Day. She's like, that is the most Canadian sentence I have ever heard. It's true, but our family would rent a rink in like a neighboring small town. And because there was a lot of us, and we'd all go play hockey and ice skate or curling, which is so fun.
That is one of my favorite memories too.
Oh, did I steal yours?
Traditions.
Sorry.
No, it wasn't one. I actually, it wasn't one of mine because we haven't done it the past
Okay.
few years because our, cousins are more spread out now and everything. But I loved that growing up, especially because I used to ice skate. And so I used to get to show off all my tricks.
Yeah. Yeah. Carly was very graceful. Meanwhile, I can't stop. I'm just running into the walls.
Good times, good times. So that is
Yeah.
very Canadian of us. And I love that for us. So gotta hang on to our roots,
Yep.
Okay, my last one is Christmas morning quiche.
Christmas morning quiche.
I love my mom's quiche recipe. I think it's incredible. And
she does mini. They're mini
yes,
little quiche.
it's funny. So growing up, that was the only quiche I knew. It's like a little tart, almost like that's what it looks like, the little tart shell. But then there's quiche inside or whatever.
Why does quiche all the sudden sound so weird?
Yes. Well,
Quiche.
most now when I go to a brunch or something, they get a quiche or someone's bringing a quiche. It's like a 9x13 pan. And so, yeah, I really love my mom's quiche anyways. And so she would make that on Christmas morning.
And our grandma did too growing up. So like
Yes.
that's like,
Yes, that
our
was a
grandma.
tradition. And I love that.
But
So
then
what do
it's
you
fun
guys
because
eat on Christmas? Because, oh, sorry, Cass, I'll cut you off. I'm just going to finish this thought.
No, go ahead.
Because we hosted our cousins from Kansas a few years ago, and they do mac and cheese Christmas morning, like that, like a big thing of mac and cheese. We had mac and cheese and then quiche, and it was so fun to have all the different traditions. But I'm so curious of what everyone eats Christmas morning.
That's exactly what I was going to say about the mac and cheese for cousins. Yeah, it is. I think a lot of people do like cinnamon rolls or
Yes.
waffles. But yeah, we do quiche.
Quiche. And I feel like Mom would sometimes make monsters too, which are German pancakes, but in our family we call them monsters. So
Yeah. Okay, I think that was all mine too. But just another little thing I was thinking about that I think sometimes as moms or families or people, we're like very sentimental and traditions are like die hard. But I was just thinking, and I was talking to some friends about this, but if a tradition isn't serving you or like bringing you guys joy anymore, it's okay to let it go and start something new that would be better for your family at this time or whatever. So just something I was thinking about.
yeah, I like that. You could have like decade traditions, for 10 years you
Totally.
tried this, and then the next decade you're going to, or it doesn't have to be a full decade if it doesn't work, but you start something new.
Right.
The kids get older, you've gotten older, whatever works for you. Life changes, all the things.
Yeah. And traditions don't have to be every year. They can still be special if you do it one time or.
Yes, totally. All right. Well, yes, those are our holidays do's and don'ts, our holiday faux pas, party fouls, plus a couple of our favorite traditions. So please let us know what yours are. Join the Patreon community if you want that extra episode to hear some fun holiday crazy stories as well. And then before we sign off, Cass, do you want to do highlight, low light of the week?
Yes.
Okay, great. Do you want me to go first? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with a low light so I can end on the highlight. My low light is I hurt my thumb. If you're on YouTube, you can see this little cast brace thing. If you're not, my thumb is all braced up. But I was playing in a turkey bowl, flag football on Saturday, and went to catch a ball, made the catch, okay? And then also during or while making that catch, tore a bunch of ligaments in my thumb. So it's annoying, but it's honestly not that bad. I'm just learning how to do everything one-handed. So
yeah. Tell them how long it took you to try and do your makeup because everything is a screw top.
My gosh. I seriously was like, I have to go buy all new makeup because everything I had to twist off. And I'm like, I can't, it's trying to hold it like in between my legs and twist it off. Probably took me 5 minutes to open my mascara. So girl problems, but they're real. Went to put my hair in a high ponytail today before I worked out. Couldn't do it. So it's going to be a real trial. Just kidding. But that's my low light. It's not that bad, but it's unfortunate.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to do your low light?
Yeah. My low light and highlight are both Disneyland. We just went for a little trip with the kids, and my low light about Disneyland is that I think social media ruined it because there is just no slow season anymore. There used to be like, okay, if we went at this time and timed everything right with pass holders are blocked out and blah, 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 you could kind of make it. It wasn't, I love Disneyland. Okay. I love it. I'm a diehard. It is getting out of control. They need to cap it. They need people who travel to get there, and save up for a long time to take their families. And then Disneyland will just let in so many more people than it can handle. And it's hard because sometimes if you're not doing all the things on your phone with the genies and the fast passes and the maxes and whatever, you could maybe go on 3 rides in a day and be waiting for 2 hours in each. So I don't know. Something needs to change. I feel like production value has gone down a little bit. Imagination has gone down a little bit, but prices continue to go up. So I will always love Disneyland. I still had an amazing time, but there are some things that, like CEO Bob Iger is probably listening to this podcast.
Just going to say,
close it on Thanksgiving and let your employees go home, and something needs to change. And I would be happy to do a consult.
Well, it's interesting because I joined Cassie's family for one day. It was so fun. Cassie was the MVP of getting us on all the rides and everything. But we had to you buy the pass and you have to make a reservation. And I do think they're not capping it at where they should.
Oh, no.
And if they want to maintain the magic and all that for the families traveling, they should put a cap on it.
Yeah, I know that would mean making less money, but I don't know.
You'll be okay because the tickets are still outrageously priced. So you'll be okay.
Outrageous. Yeah. Okay. What's your highlight?
Well, I have 2 and they're stories, but Disneyland was a highlight. It was so fun. I did not think I was a Disneyland person. I've only been one other time and it was still great, but I was like, I'm a rides person, whatever. But being there with my nieces and nephews and our brother and his family came too, we got to meet my new little nephew. And so there with the kids and everything was so fun. I think we finished Guardians, like the Tower of Terror one, and my brother and I were both had tears from laughing so hard. Like it was just such a fun day. And then we went again and Cassie just screamed her eyes out and we also laughed. So all good things.
16 hours, guys. We did a 16-hour day to try to fit it all in because they only did one day.
It was insane, but it was really, really fun. And then my other highlight is just a story that I just wanted to share going into the holiday season because someone really helped me out and it was incredible. So I coach volleyball. I was driving to the state tournament. We're in like a playoff game. And on the freeway, all of a sudden I get a notification that my tire pressure is low. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I go and look at it. My back tire is at 25. And I'm like, okay, that's not that bad. And all of a sudden it's like 23, 19. I was freaking out and really quick. Luckily, as it's dropping drastically, I'm passing an exit that I know a gas station, a Maverick, shout out to Maverick, I love them, is right off the freeway. So I get off the freeway, as I'm pulling into the gas station, I see I think it's PSI, go to 0. And I make it to the air pump. And I'm like, okay, that was a fast leak. Anyway, so I'm like trying to call people. I'm like, how am I going to get there? I can't be late for the game. This is a playoff game. So then I have to move my car because I'm going to have to leave it there for a few hours because I have to deal with it after volleyball. And I go to put a little bit of air in it so I'm not driving on the rim so I can move my car, and the air compressor does not work. And
come on, Maverick.
There's this group of guys, I think they're like landscape or construction, that come over and they have like a mobile generator air compressor thing. And they're like, hey, we can help you out. And so I was like, great, explain to them like I just need enough of air so I can move my car across the street. And they start to put air in it, and then the air is not staying in because there is a giant hole in my tire. And then literally they just had all of the things to put a plug in my tire. And what? Yeah, like 3 of them worked on it. They had all the tools, and I'm just standing there like an innocent bystander just watching, and they completely fix my tire. And I'm like, so I can just drive it around the corner now? And he's like, you can drive it anywhere. I'm like on the freeway? Like I can take this tire on the freeway right now? He's like, yeah, you're good to go. And they completely fixed my tire. Still to this day, it's working fantastically. And I just was so grateful. And I made it just the nick of time as my team was going onto the court to warm up. And honestly, if they wanted to fix it and I would have still had to wait for a friend to pick me up, I would have been really late. Anyways, I was just so grateful. Like those group of men did not need to help me out or anything like that, but they did. They took the time, and it made my day. So that is my highlight for nice people out there. That. And shout out to them. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yes. And that's crazy that they just happened to be at the gas station with all the things. They worked at this gas station.
No. Yeah. They just happened to be there. Gas. And I'm like, you guys just have things to plug a tire? Like it was, incredible. So that's my highlight.
What a little blessing. Love that. Mm-hmm. And my highlight was the same as yours, just our Disneyland trip. And although I obviously have, things I want to change, it still is so magical to be there with the kids. And it was Christmas, and it got me in the holiday spirit. And the kids, when we came back, my middle child was like teary going to school the next day. And I'm like, what's the matter? He's like, I just wish we could be there for like 15 more minutes. I'm like, okay, it was all worth it. Like he loved it so much. Mm-hmm. And it was really fun, like you said, to be there with all of our siblings. And we hadn't done anything like that. And it was all very spontaneous and last minute. And I was so happy that it worked out. Yeah.
But it was really, really fun.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that is our holiday preview episode. We have a couple more holiday ideas of podcast stuff coming up. So thanks again for listening and commenting and interacting. And we're so grateful for you.
Yes, give this one a like, follow along on your platform, and we will see you next week.
Okay, bye-bye.